Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Why do some people learning everything quickly? Have you ever wondered why some people in class always understand concepts faster than others? Or why some people can learn new language in just a few months, while others struggle for years without much progress? We might think they're genius or they have extraordinary minds, but the truth is, most of these people simply use better and smarter methods for learning. In this video, we will explore 5 scientific and practical techniques that, if you use it correctly, can help you learn anything in less time and with greater efficiency, not by working harder, but by learning smarter. Technique number 1. The Feynman Technique. If you can't explain it, you didn't understand it. Richard Feynman, the famous physicist and Nobel Prize winner, had a simple yet powerful method for learning. He said, "If you can't explain something in the simplest terms to a 6-year-old child, you probably don't understand it well." How to use this method? Take a blank sheet of paper. Write the topic you want to learn in at the top. Try to explain topic in the simplest language possible. If you get stuck, go back to the source and review. Then explain it again in even simpler terms. For example, suppose you want to understand how does light travel. If you just say a light is an electromagnetic wave, you have memorized it. But if you can say light is like wave that travel through the space, kind of like wave in the ocean, but it doesn't need a hair, then you truly grasp it to the concept. Technique number 2. Active recall, the enemy of passive memorization. Most people when studying or learning something new simply review their notes, but passive reviewing creates a false sense of learning. You think you know it, but you actually don't. Active recall means that instead of passively reviewing, you force your brain to retrieve information from memory. That means you ask yourself questions and try to answer them. How to do this? Create question and answer cards, maybe flashcards. After reading, close the book and try to recall the main points from memory. Ask questions like, what was this about? Why is it important? What are the examples? Studies show that people who use this method retain information up to 15% better than those who don't. Technique number 3. Spaced repetition. Turn forgetting into your advantage. Suppose you learn something new today. If you review it tomorrow, 3 days later, or 1 week later, and then a month later, you will be far less likely to forget it. The more time passes, the faster we forget something. But if we review the same material at properly spaced intervals, each time we forget it more slowly. Make a chart for yourself and plan your review sessions. Day 1, Day 3, Day 7, Day 14, Day 13. This method strengthens the neural pathways in your brain that signals to your brain that this material is important enough to store in long-term memory. If you watched this video till now, don't forget to like and subscribe our channel. Technique number 4. Chunking. Break learning into small parts. The human brain can't process too much scattered information at once. But if we divide it into small and related units, learning becomes much easier. Chunking means grouping information into coherent and meaningful units. Like how we remember a phone number better when it's grouped in like this: 079 345 6789 instead of 0793456789. How to use it in learning? Divide topics in smaller parts, each chapter into a few short sessions. Draw a mind map. Find similarities or connections between topics and group them together. For example, when learning a language, instead of memorizing random words, group them by category: food, colors, body parts, and emotions. Technique number 5. Multisensory learning. Use multiple senses. Learning only by seeing or hearing is not enough. Our brains remember better when multiple senses are involved simultaneously. What does this mean? When reading, read aloud to activate your hearing. Write things down or draw them at the same time. A study at Yale University showed that those who use multisensory technique remember information 16% better than others. For example, want to learn multiplication tables? Read them, repeat them aloud, write them down with your finger, and use an audiovisual app at the same time. Learning is not an inborn talent, it's a learnable skill. You too can learn fast and effectively just like successful people. You just need to know the right path and practice. If you found this technique helpful, comment below and tell us which one was the surprising or interesting for you. And make sure to subscribe to the channel.